you've made it through the preseason. You can finally turn your attention to week one and taking on the Atlanta Falcons. When you think about suiting up for your first NFL game and taking the field for a regular season game, what are the emotions and thoughts that come to mind?
Yeah, it's definitely a blessing. It'll definitely be surreal to, just for a dream to be realized and being able to do that. So I definitely don't take that for granted. But also I understand in the moment, I doubt that's where my mind will be. Obviously there's going to be a game plan and there's going to be a lot of things that, we have to execute. And, in the moment, my mind will be just on executing and doing what we have to do to try to have success. But, being able to look at it now, I think it's going to be really cool. Again, it's definitely a blessing to have this opportunity. And I'm excited to be able to go in with my teammates and coaching staff and be able to experience it with them.
You talk about it being a dream. It's now your reality. But what's been the biggest surprise once you got into the NFL where you're like, okay, that's not exactly how I thought that was going to go?
That's a good question. Yeah, you definitely kind of build, I feel like, you build a thought of what you think, things are going to look like with something that you strive for so long. But, I think one of the biggest things is just how efficient we are with everyone's time and the respect that everyone gets. I think for the most part in football, there's always an emphasis of how strict things are the higher level you get, or the more, people, when you're playing youth football, people always talk about, oh, it's going to be this amount of strictness, or this amount of, it's going to be this strict in high school, and then high school, I'm getting ready for you in college. That's why there's so much yelling. But here, there's such a sense of accountability and a sense of, everyone wants to play well, wants to go and work hard, and because people understand the consequences of not, and people want to do what's best for themselves and for their families. And because of that, we're able to treat each other with more respect, be able to assume that, and it's a lot less hand holding and babysitting, and I guess that makes a lot more sense. But you always think of, at one time I thought it was going to be so strict, and it was going to be so, so much yelling and so much, and it's just we have all understood that we work hard, we've gotten here, so we know what it takes, and we're all self-motivated. So because of that, we're just process oriented, and we try to be efficient how we work.
Yeah, absolutely. And then being a rookie, a lot of the veteran guys have talked about you, whether it's Bradley Bozeman saying, okay, when he steps into the huddle, we're all quiet, we all listen. That's how much of a leader he already is. Or I don't know if you saw the clip of Hayden kind of saying, okay, he's doing all this crazy stuff on the field. He's going left, he's throwing right, he's going right, he's throwing left. He even said you were kind of like a shortstop, which kind of is funny when we talk about sliding maybe a little bit, right? But what does it mean to have the support of the veterans on the team, and for them to already see your potential and just talk about what a leader you are?
Yeah, it means the world to me. Obviously that's something that's important at my position, but at the same time, it's not something that I'm entitled to because of, just the, where I'm at or what position I'm playing. It's something I have to earn. And I'm definitely grateful for that. Also because I feed off of them too, off of their leadership, their ownership, and, me being new here, again, there still is, and there was a lot for me to learn about, how everything worked, the operation, and I'm trying to do my best to grow in that, my comfort in that, and leadership in that. But again, I understand that's not something I'm entitled to by any stretch of the means. So I'm still actively trying to earn that and earn that respect, and to be able to to hear those things from my teammates, it means the world, and I'm going to continue to try to earn that.
Is there a player or a coach that you've just naturally gravitated towards that's kind of taken you under their wing being a rookie?
Yeah, for sure, definitely Andy Dalton. I couldn't tell you the amount of questions I've asked him, whether it's stuff on the field, off the field, X's and O's, or just operations and how to navigate, and for someone like Andy, who has had so much success, has had the career that he's had, and he didn't have to, he could just give me short answers, or he could just, hey, look, I'm gonna just call my plays, you call yours. But he's had the exact opposite approach. He's come in and he's taken me under his wing. He's gone above and beyond to explain things to me, talk about and share his experiences, and I'm super grateful for that. I've grown and developed a lot on and off the field because of that. So I'm super grateful for him to be here.
Yeah, and sticking with the theme of mentorship, who's someone other than maybe past coaches or mom and dad that's been a mentor to you both on and off the field?
Yeah, I think honestly for me, it's been a lot of the people I've been around for the most part are, definitely my parents and a lot of past coaches that have kind of played that role. I think on top of that, just my mom's being a teacher. I've always, just valued education and educators, and I've been blessed to have some really great teachers among the years as well that have, I think helped. Teaching is obviously there's so many teachers, and, it's such a tough profession, but there's so many different ways to do so. And, I feel like the teachers that have empowered me and been able to be flexible with whether it be me or with other kids, or, being able to see that and really just see how, you can lead. I think we forget that teachers also have to be leaders as well. And, I've been blessed to have some great teachers that were great leaders, great communicators. And, honestly, I've watched a lot of that, and I feel like things like that I've paid attention to, and I've tried to translate into my profession.
Yeah, absolutely. And for you, what are your goals? I know you have high goals, obviously, on the field, but what are your goals off the field? Who do you want to be in this community?
Yeah, I'm a believer, a child of God. So, first and foremost, I want to reflect Him. I want to reflect Him with my actions, how I carry myself, and just glorify Him through whether it be my play or whatever happens, or what I can do, off the field. And also I just want to be a proud member of the community and do what I can to uplift, uplift the city, uplift the community that has already done a ton for me. I'm blessed to be here in the Carolinas and to feel the support every day that I do, whether it's here in the building or when I'm out and about. Just the love and support that I felt, for a kid from the West Coast who still hasn't done anything, and to be able to feel that, it really means a lot. So I've definitely been embracing this area, and I want to do all I can to give back and help the community as well.
Sticking with the topic of faith, is there a go-to verse for you?
I definitely have a favorite, favorite verse. I'd say Psalms 23 for me is just, it's my favorite because it's a good reminder of it acknowledges the realities around you of, you walk through the valley of the shadow of death. There are challenges, there are ups and downs, there are things that, life, as we all know, isn't all perfect, but, believing in God, that He has a plan, that He trusts you, that He protects you. And because of that, I try to sit off the throne of my life and allow God to lead it. And again, I acknowledge the things that are around, acknowledge it's not going to be all perfect, but also I acknowledge that it's all, perfect for me. And whether I understand in the moment, I understand in 10 years, or I never understand, everything happens for a reason. And that's kind of a reminder of me to there's nothing to fear. There's nothing that, is too big for God. And, that's something that I definitely hold with me.
No, that's awesome perspective. And before my time wraps up, quick rapid fire, get to know you a little bit better real quick. All right, one thing you can't wait to do or try in Charlotte when you actually have a day away from football?
Go to a Hornets game.
Okay, so you're a hoops guy.
Yes.
All right, favorite player?
Steph Curry. Yeah.
Love that. Well, look, you're in the right place,
yeah,
right?
I know, worked out.
And he's a fan of you and a fan of the Panthers, so I'm sure your paths will cross here in Charlotte at some point. Okay, you are a hooper. Okay.
Yes.
If you
self-proclaimed.
Okay.
Try my best.
Okay. If you had to pick a starting five with your teammates for a pickup game, who's on your roster?
Oh, that's question number 2. I haven't hooped with really. We've been in right when I got here. I started rookie mini camp, and it's during season. I've shot around with some people. I know who can, for the most part, I know who can shoot. But when you're actually playing, it's a little different. So I don't want to just I feel like that's an important. I believe in that. That's
right.
important. I feel like we got to earn that. I can't just give it to anyone without seeing them play. So after the season, there's a lot of talk in the locker room. So after the season, we're definitely gonna figure it out, and I'll come back with a list.
Okay, I'll hold you to it. All right, what is your pet peeve?
Pet peeve. I have one, and I always forget it when someone asks. But it's nothing like.
It can't be too extreme.
No, it's nothing too extreme. Yeah, it's nothing too extreme. It's what is it? I don't know. It's we're going to finish 5 minutes later. It's going to come to me, but I can't think of it right now. But it's nothing crazy. I'm not I try to be empathetic when it comes to
sure.
things that are trivial. So it's nothing crazy.
Okay.
But
we can't even count it. If it doesn't come to mind,
yeah,
don't
I guess
even count it.
Exactly.
All right, song that's at the top of the rotation right now.
Right now is a weird time. What's stuck in my head right now? Now is a weird time. What's been stuck in my head? Pink and White by Frank Ocean been stuck in my head, but that's just today. It just happened to be if you would have asked me yesterday, it would have been a different question. But Yeah, nothing's really like right now. It's pretty stagnant music wise for at least what I listen to. So, yeah, waiting on Drake's album.
Okay, speaking of Drake, will you be attending the concert when he comes to the Queen City?
Hopefully, hopefully I can. Hopefully, we'll see if I'll figure out what my in-season schedule is, and
Right.
hopefully it aligns. But that would hopefully, yeah.
What's the all-time go-to Drake song for you? Is there one that you just find yourself?
You can't do that to me.
I know there's
You
too
can't
many.
do that
I
to
couldn't
me.
pick one either, but I sometimes there's one you just relate to a little bit more than the rest.
You can't do that to me. There's like 5. Me and a couple of my like really close friends, we all really like Drake, and we had like a list. We put a list together of like per Drake genre our favorite Drake songs. Probably shouldn't have admitted that. I don't know how that makes me look on camera. All right, I'll throw out I'll throw out Jungle. I'll throw out Jungle.
Okay.
It's a special song for me. I'll throw out Jungle. I'll throw that out right now. I'll throw that out.
Can I ask why it's special to you?
Just gotta leave on a cliffhanger.
Okay, we'll leave it on that. All right, final question. Most valuable lesson that mom and dad has taught you?
I think really just the biggest thing is just empathy when it comes to others. Both of my parents growing up, they both were around kids a lot. My mom, my mom being a teacher, my dad worked at a non-public school for his profession, and dealt with a lot of people, a lot of different circumstances, and through how they, through their job, and also just from a day-to-day, they're always so empathetic with others, and they definitely, made that a point of, we're not, we live just with ourselves, so we're the stars of our own lives, but we're not the only people here. Like, it's not all about us. There's no one individual that's any better in God's eyes than anyone else. We're all equal, and to be empathetic towards others. To sometimes you have to stick up for yourself, and you have to figure out what's good and bad for you and your family. But just to always have that empathy for others, and that's something I definitely value a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Bryce, I appreciate your time. Thanks for making time for us.
Thank you.